Welcome to Hypnos Cosmos. Settle yourself now, and let your body grow heavy and still. There is nowhere you need to be tonight, and nothing you need to do but rest. Tonight we are not going to travel to any one place. Tonight, instead, we are going to wander, slowly, and without hurry, through a kind of gallery. A vast, silent, floating gallery of the strangest things in all the universe. Because scattered across the deep, among the 2 trillion galaxies of the cosmos, there are some that are so odd, so beautiful, so impossible looking, that they seem almost to have been dreamed rather than made. Tonight we will drift from one to the next, gently, as though wandering a quiet museum long after closing, with all the time in the world, and each strange and lovely thing we come upon will carry you a little further down toward sleep. So let us begin, as always, with a single breath. Breathe in, slowly, and let the air fill you, without any effort at all. And let it go. Breathe in once more, and let it fall away, and feel your shoulders soften, and your body sink a little deeper into the bed. There is no right way to do this. Simply let the breath come and go on its own, like a slow tide, in and out, as it has all your life, without you ever once having to ask. Feel the weight of yourself now, held by the bed, held by the soft turning earth beneath it. You are safe. You are held. Let your eyes close, and let the room grow dim and quiet in your mind, its edges softening, its walls falling gently away, until there is only you, drifting in a warm and open dark, ready to wander. Let the day fall away from you first, before we begin to wander. Whatever it held, its noise, its small worries, the 100 little things it asked of you, let it all loosen now, and slip from your shoulders, like a heavy coat set down at the door of the gallery. You do not need any of it in here. Tonight there is nothing to carry and nothing to do, only strange and beautiful things to drift past, slowly, one after another, and sleep waiting quietly at the end of it all. So let the day go. It has had its hours. This hour is for wandering, and wondering, and rest. And before we step inside, let us settle the body, the way you might pause at the door of a great quiet hall and let your eyes adjust to the soft dim light. Feel where you are resting, the weight of your head, sinking into the pillow, the weight of your shoulders, your back, your hips, all held by the bed beneath you. You do not have to hold yourself up tonight. The bed will do it. The earth beneath the bed will do it. Let every muscle understand that it is off duty now, that there is nothing left to carry, nothing left to brace against, and let each part of you grow a little heavier as it lets go, your face softening, your hands uncurling, your legs growing long and loose and warm. There is a deep relief in simply being held, and you are held now, completely, safely, exactly as you are. And let your breathing slow, all on its own, the way it does at the very edge of sleep. Do not force it. Simply notice it, the cool air drawn softly in, filling you without effort, and the warm air flowing gently out, carrying a little of the day away with it each time. In and out. In and out. With every breath out, let yourself sink a little further into the warm dark, a little further from the noise of the day, a little closer to sleep. There is nowhere else you need to be. There is nothing else you need to do. There is only this soft breath, and this warm dark, and the long quiet gallery of wonders waiting patiently ahead, in no hurry at all for you to arrive. Picture it now, forming softly in the dark before you, the great gallery of the strange galaxies, its halls stretching away further than you can see, dim and silent and vast, each strange and lovely thing waiting quietly in its own pool of soft light, drifting, turning, in no hurry to be seen. You have all the time in the world to wander it. There is no closing hour here, no crowd, no guide hurrying you along, only you, drifting slowly from one wonder to the next, through the warm and welcoming dark, as sleep rises gently around your feet like a soft dark tide. Let us step inside now, together, quietly, and begin to wander. Feel your breathing begin to slow and deepen, all on its own. Feel the soft weight of the covers over you, the give of the pillow beneath your head, the warmth gathering slowly around your body. And let the room grow dim and quiet, its edges softening, until there is only you, and the warm dark, and the slow rise and fall of your own breath, carrying you gently up and out, into the great open gallery of the cosmos. And here is a lovely thing to know, as we begin, that every strange and beautiful galaxy we will drift among tonight, we came to know not by going, but by looking. No one has ever visited another galaxy, and no one ever will, they are far beyond any reach. Everything we know of them, we have gathered from their light alone, light that crossed millions, and hundreds of millions, and billions of years of dark to reach us, gathered patiently by great telescopes on mountaintops and floating above the air, and studied, gently, by quiet people paying careful attention. The rings, the collisions, the ghosts, the blazing hearts, all of them came to us as faint smudges of ancient light, and slowly, patiently, we learned to see the wonders hidden within. We did not have to conquer the cosmos to know it. We only had to look, and wait, and pay attention. And that is all you must do tonight, too, simply look, and let the strange lovely things drift past, and let the looking carry you softly down toward sleep. And before we come to the strange ones, let us remember, for a moment, what an ordinary galaxy is, so that the strangeness of the others might shine all the brighter. Picture a spiral galaxy, a great turning wheel of light, its arms sweeping out from a glowing golden heart, wound round and round in a slow and stately pinwheel. Hundreds of billions of stars, drifting together through the dark. Lanes of dust threading between the arms like slow dark rivers. New stars kindling pink and blue along the spiral edges. It turns, gently, silently, once every few 100 million years, keeping its lovely shape across the ages. Our own Milky Way is such a galaxy. Andromeda is such a galaxy. When most people picture a galaxy, this is what they see, the graceful spiral, calm and symmetrical and serene. And for a long time, we imagined that most galaxies were more or less like this, spirals, or smooth golden ellipticals, tidy and regular and calm. But the universe, it turns out, is far stranger, and far more inventive, than we ever guessed. For every graceful spiral, there is somewhere a galaxy doing something that should not be possible, a galaxy shaped like a perfect ring, with a great hole of empty space at its center. A galaxy caught in the act of devouring another, their stars flung out into vast curving tails. A galaxy that is almost entirely invisible, so faint and so ghostly you could see straight through it to the galaxies beyond. A galaxy with a blazing heart brighter than 1 trillion suns. A galaxy that, by every rule we know, should long ago have flown apart, and somehow has not. These are the exhibits in our gallery tonight. And the wonderful thing about them, the thing that makes them such gentle company for sleep, is that every one of them is silent, and slow, and utterly harmless to us, drifting in the dark millions upon millions of light-years away, doing its strange and beautiful thing without the faintest awareness that we have come to look. We can wander among them freely, and marvel at them, and feel entirely safe. So let us begin to drift, from the first strange thing to the next, in no hurry at all, and let the sheer variety and wonder of it all wash over you softly, like the exhibits of a museum drifting slowly past, as you sink down toward sleep. Let us come, first, to the strangest shape of all, a thing so perfect and so impossible that when it was first seen, no one quite believed it. Drift toward it now, out of the dark, and let it grow before you, a galaxy in the shape of a perfect ring. A brilliant, glowing circle of blue-white stars, thousands of them, wound into a flawless hoop, and at the very center of that hoop, a round golden ball of older stars, a small tidy core. And between the ring and the core, a gap. A band of near-empty space, dark and clean, separating the bright outer ring from the golden heart, as though someone had taken an ordinary galaxy and simply removed its middle, leaving only the center and the rim, with nothing in between. It is called Hoag's object, after the man who found it, and it lies some 600 million light-years away. And for all the years since, we have not entirely worked out how it came to be. Perhaps, long ago, a smaller galaxy plunged straight through the center of a larger one, and the collision flung the stars outward into a ring. Perhaps it formed this way from the very beginning, its outer stars settling into a great circling hoop. We are not certain. What we are certain of is how beautiful it is, a perfect, glowing ring of a billion suns, turning slowly and silently in the dark, with a golden heart floating at its center and a clean band of nothing in between. And here is the loveliest detail of all, through the gap, in that dark band between the ring and the core, if you look closely, you can see, far, far beyond, another ring galaxy, a tiny distant one, framed perfectly in the empty space, like a jewel set inside a jewel. A ring, within a gap, within a ring. Drift here a while, and let the impossible tidiness of it soothe you. There is a deep restfulness in a perfect shape, and Hoag's object is about as perfect as anything in nature ever gets. We are used to a universe of ragged, irregular things, clumpy clouds, torn galaxies, scattered stars. And then, drifting in the dark, here is this, a ring so round, so smooth, so evenly drawn, that it looks almost designed, almost impossible, a perfect circle of a billion suns hanging in the black. There is something the mind sinks into gratefully when it meets a shape this clean, the same quiet satisfaction you might feel watching a single drop fall into still water and send out one perfect widening ring. Let your eye rest on the smooth curve of it, all the way around, unbroken, serene. Let the perfection of it quiet your thoughts the way a perfect circle always does. There is nothing jagged here, nothing torn, nothing unfinished, only a flawless glowing hoop, turning slowly and silently in the dark, complete, and calm, and whole. And drift, gently, into the dark gap at its center, into that clean band of near-empty space between the bright ring and the golden core, where there is almost nothing at all, only a few faint stars and the deep quiet dark. It is one of the emptiest, stillest places you could drift, This gap inside a galaxy, ringed all around by a billion suns and yet itself nearly empty, a small pool of quiet at the heart of all that light. Rest there a while, in the still center of the ring, with the perfect hoop of stars turning slowly around you and the deep dark all about, and let the calm of that empty, ringed, perfect place settle into you, and carry you softly down. Let us drift on now, gently, to the next strange and lovely thing. Let us move on, gently, to the next exhibit, and hear the shapes grow wild. For among the strangest galaxies are the ones caught in the middle of a collision. We have spoken before of how galaxies drift together and merge, slowly, over hundreds of millions of years, and here, frozen for us in the dark, are galaxies in the very act of it, their graceful spirals torn and stretched and flung into shapes no calm galaxy could ever hold. Drift toward a pair of them now, two spiral galaxies that wandered too close, long ago, and are now locked together, swinging around one another, their arms pulled out by each other's gravity into two enormous, sweeping, glowing tails, long streamers of stars and gas flung out across hundreds of thousands of light-years, curving away into the dark like the antennae of some vast cosmic insect. They call this pair the antennae, for exactly that reason. And where the two galaxies press together, the gas is being crushed and lit, and millions upon millions of new stars are blazing into life all at once, a great firestorm of creation, born from the slow catastrophe of two galaxies falling into one. And there is another such pair, the mice, two galaxies side by side, each trailing a long thin tail of stars behind it, like two small creatures swimming through the dark. And another, for the sky is full of these slow collisions, caught at every stage, galaxies just beginning to touch, galaxies wound tight around each other, galaxies almost fully merged into a single strange knot. Every one of them is a spiral undone, a tidy wheel pulled into ribbons and streamers and bridges of light. And every one of them is silent and slow, for though we call it a collision, it unfolds across hundreds of millions of years, so gently that from any single moment it looks like perfect stillness, two galaxies frozen forever in a slow embrace. Drift among them, and marvel at the shapes, and know that there is no violence here you could ever feel, only the slow, silent, beautiful coming together of great wheels of light. And here is a gentle thought to hold as you drift among these colliding pairs. This is our own future, too. Far off, some 4 billion years from now, our own Milky Way will meet the great spiral of Andromeda, and the two will do exactly this, swing around one another, draw out each other's arms into long glowing tails, blaze with a firestorm of new stars where their gases meet, and slowly, over more than 1 billion years, merge into a single great galaxy. To some distant watcher, drifting in some far-off gallery of their own, our galaxy and Andromeda will one day be just such an exhibit, a strange and lovely colliding pair, their arms flung out into ribbons, caught mid-embrace in the dark. We are not only visitors to this gallery. We are, in the slow fullness of time, one of its coming attractions. And there is nothing frightening in that, for it lies 4 billion years away, and it will unfold so gently that no star will ever strike another, and by then our sun will long have finished its own quiet story. It is simply the way of galaxies, to drift, and meet, and merge, and make something new. Drift among the colliding pairs, and see, in their torn and glowing shapes, the distant gentle future of our own home. And let us drift a while now, slowly, among all these torn and lovely shapes, and let the strangeness of them become familiar, and then become soothing. At first, a galaxy pulled into ribbons might seem alarming, a thing broken, a thing gone wrong. But drift among them long enough, and you begin to see that nothing here is broken at all. The torn arms are not wounds, they are simply the shapes galaxies make when they meet. The long tails are not damage, they are graceful, and slow, and beautiful, drawn out across hundreds of thousands of light-years in curves as smooth as anything in nature. There is no pain here, and no fear, and no loss that is not also a making. It is all simply the cosmos, drifting and meeting and changing, in shapes we have no ordinary words for, silent and slow and endlessly inventive. And the more you look, the more the strangeness softens into a kind of deep familiarity, a sense that this, the drifting, the meeting, the slow endless reshaping, is simply what the universe does, everywhere, forever, and that it is gentle, and that it is good. Let that sense settle into you now. Let the strange become familiar. Let the familiar become soothing. And let the soothing carry you softly down towards sleep. And when a great galaxy has finished swallowing a smaller one, it wears the evidence for billions of years. Drift now to one of these, a great galaxy that has eaten its neighbors, and around it, faint in the dark, the ghosts of them, long thin streams and arcs of stars, curving right around the galaxy, wrapping it in pale loops and shells, like ripples frozen on a pond. Each of those streams was once a smaller galaxy, drawn in and pulled apart and stretched into a ribbon that still circles the Great One, slowly dissolving, 10 billion years later. Some great galaxies are wrapped in dozens of these shells, layer upon layer, a whole quiet history of everything they have devoured written in faint arcs of starlight around them. They are the cannibals of the cosmos, but the gentlest cannibals imaginable, taking their neighbors in so slowly, over such unimaginable spans of time, that nothing is ever truly destroyed, only gathered, and carried on, and woven into something larger. Drift among the shells, and let the soft old ghosts of galaxies drift past you in the dark. And it is worth sitting a moment with how gentle this devouring truly is, because it changes the way the whole gallery feels. When we say a galaxy has eaten another, we imagine, perhaps, something violent, a crushing, a tearing, a destruction. But there is nothing of the kind. The stars of the swallowed galaxy are so far apart, and the spaces between them so vast, that not one of them is ever crushed or struck, they are simply drawn, one by one, over hundreds of millions of years, into new paths around the greater galaxy, until they drift among its stars as though they had always been there. A star that belonged to the swallowed galaxy still shines exactly as it did, its worlds, if it has any, still turn around it exactly as before, nothing about it has been harmed at all. It has only changed which great wheel of light it belongs to. The whole vast act of one galaxy consuming another is really nothing more than a slow, gentle mingling, two crowds of stars drifting together over unimaginable time, until they become one crowd, and no one can say any longer which star came from where. There is no violence in it. There is only gathering. Only a slow and patient coming together, across spans of time so great that from any single moment it looks like perfect stillness. Let that soften the whole gallery for you, that even the cannibals are gentle, even the devouring is kind, even the great slow consuming of one galaxy by another is only a quiet mingling of light in the dark. And drift now, slowly, among these great shelled galaxies, wrapped in the faint pale ghosts of everything they have gathered, and let the deep old peace of them settle into you. They have been assembling themselves for the whole age of the universe, patiently, gently, without hurry, drawing in their neighbors one by one across billions of years, and they are calm now, settled, serene, great smooth swarms of golden stars carrying the soft ghosts of 100 swallowed galaxies wrapped in loops around them. There is no restlessness in them, and no hurry, and no fear. They have all the time there has ever been. And so, tonight, do you? Let their ancient calm become your calm. Let their patient slowness become your slowness. Let the great gentle gathering of the cosmos hold you, and carry you softly down. Let us drift now to a galaxy that was struck like a bell. It is called the Cartwheel, and it is one of the most extraordinary sights in all the sky. Long ago, it was an ordinary spiral galaxy, turning quietly in the dark. And then a smaller galaxy came, and it did not merely brush past, it plunged straight through the center, like a stone dropped into a still pond. And just as a stone sends a ring of ripples spreading outward across the water, that plunge sent a great ripple of starbirth spreading outward through the galaxy, an expanding ring of new stars, racing outward from the point of impact at hundreds of kilometers a second, lighting up as it went. And so today the Cartwheel is a great bright ring of blue-white newborn stars, tens of thousands of light-years across, with a quiet golden hub at the center, and faint spokes of gas connecting the two, a galaxy shaped, quite literally, like a wheel. The ripple is still spreading, even now, still kindling new stars at its edge as it expands into the dark. Drift toward it, and watch the great slow ripple move outward, silent and beautiful, the frozen echo of a collision that happened hundreds of millions of years ago. There is something wonderfully calming in the slowness of that ripple. When you drop a stone into a pond, the ripples spread and fade in a heartbeat, gone before you can look twice. But the ripple in the Cartwheel spreads across tens of thousands of light-years, over hundreds of millions of years, so slowly that in a whole human lifetime you would not see it move at all. It is a ripple you could watch for 1,000 years and see no change in. And yet it is moving, faithfully, outward, kindling new stars at its leading edge as it goes, a single slow wave of creation crossing an entire galaxy across a span of time longer than there have been creatures on the Earth. Everything out here is like that, the same motions we know from ponds and shores and falling stones, but slowed almost to stillness, stretched across such vast reaches of time and space that they become serene. The violence of a collision becomes a ripple that takes an age to cross a galaxy. The chaos of a merger becomes a slow embrace lasting 1 billion years. Out here, even the fastest things are slow, and even the most violent things are gentle, simply because everything is so unimaginably large. Let that slowness hold you. Let your breathing slow to the pace of the ripple. There is no hurry anywhere in the cosmos. There is no hurry anywhere in you. And drift, for a while, in the quiet at the center of the wheel, in the calm golden hub, where the old stars turn gently, undisturbed, while the great ripple of new stars spreads slowly outward around them. Even in a galaxy that was struck like a bell, there is a still center, a quiet heart, where the old light turns on, serene, untroubled by the ripple crossing the disk beyond. Let yourself rest there, in the still golden hub, at the calm center of the strangeness, and let the ripple spread outward, far away, silent, while you drift, quiet and warm and undisturbed, towards sleep. And now let us come to some of the most hauntingly beautiful of all, the jellyfish galaxies. Picture a galaxy falling, slowly, into a great cluster of thousands of galaxies. The space between the galaxies of a cluster is not truly empty, it is filled with a thin, hot gas. And as our galaxy plunges into that gas, the gas pushes against it, gently, but relentlessly, and begins to strip the galaxy's own gas away, pulling it out behind, trailing it off into long streaming tendrils. And in those tendrils, the stripped gas is squeezed and lit, and new stars ignite along them, so that the galaxy trails great glowing tentacles of newborn blue stars behind it as it falls, streaming out for tens of thousands of light years, exactly like a jellyfish drifting through a dark sea, its bright tentacles trailing gently behind. They are among the loveliest things in the universe, these jellyfish galaxies, and among the most poignant, for the trailing tentacles are the galaxy's own substance being drawn away, its gas being lost to the cluster, so that one day it will have no gas left to make new stars, and it will fade, slowly, into a quiet red old age. But for now, for this long moment, it drifts, glowing, trailing its tentacles of light through the dark, more beautiful in its slow undoing than it ever was whole. Drift beside one, gently, and watch its soft tentacles stream behind it in the silent dark. There is something in the jellyfish galaxies that stays with you, once you have seen it, a kind of quiet grace in the way a thing can be at its most beautiful in the very moment of its slow undoing. The galaxy is losing its gas, it is being drawn apart, and yet it has never been lovelier, trailing its glowing tentacles of new stars behind it as it falls. It is a reminder, drifting there in the dark, that endings need not be ugly things, that even the slow loss of everything a galaxy is can be gentle, and beautiful, and full of new light. For those trailing tentacles are made of new stars, born from the very gas the galaxy is losing, so that in its undoing, it is also, one last time, creating. Nothing here is only lost. Even the falling galaxy blooms as it goes. Drift beside it a while longer, and let that gentle thought stay with you, that there is beauty in the slow letting go, and new light even in the losing, and grace in the drift toward the dark. And imagine, for a moment, the sky from a world inside such a galaxy. If there were a planet there, drifting in the disk of a jellyfish galaxy as it fell into the great cluster, its night sky would be filled with the crowded light of thousands of other galaxies, near and bright, for it would be deep inside one of the richest clusters in the cosmos, and behind it, streaming across the heavens, the great glowing tentacles of its own galaxy's stripped gas, a river of newborn blue stars arching overhead. It would be one of the most spectacular skies imaginable, and anyone beneath it would have no idea that their galaxy was slowly being unmade. They would simply look up, on some quiet night, at the crowded brilliant sky, and find it beautiful, and think nothing of the slow gentle current drawing their galaxy's substance away into the dark. As you, tonight, look up in your own way at these strange lovely things, and find them beautiful, and rest beneath them, let us drift on, gently, to the next strange thing. And now a stranger thing still, a galaxy that, by everything we thought we knew, should not be able to exist. You will remember the dark matter, the invisible stuff, 5 times more plentiful than everything we can see, that wraps every galaxy in a vast unseen halo and holds it together as it spins. Every galaxy we had ever measured was full of it. Indeed, most of what a galaxy is, by weight, is dark matter, with the visible stars only a bright froth floating upon it. And then, drifting in the dark, we found a galaxy that seemed to have almost none. A faint, ghostly, see-through galaxy, so diffuse you could look straight through it to the galaxies beyond, and when we measured how its few stars were moving, they were drifting slowly, gently, exactly as they would if there were no dark matter there at all. Just the stars, holding themselves together by their own faint gravity, with no great invisible halo around them. It should not be possible. A galaxy without dark matter is like a body without bones, and yet there it drifts, faint and quiet and impossible, in the dark. We are still not entirely sure how it came to be. Perhaps it was stripped of its dark matter in some ancient encounter, drawn away by a larger galaxy, leaving only the naked stars behind. It is a genuine puzzle, still unsolved. And there is something wonderful in that even the deepest rules of the cosmos have their strange exceptions, their quiet rule breakers, drifting faint and transparent in the dark, reminding us how much we still have to learn. Drift toward it, this ghost of a galaxy, and see the distant stars shining softly straight through it, as though it were made of mist. And drift slowly through it, for you can. This galaxy is so faint and so diffuse that drifting through it would feel like drifting through the gentlest mist, the stars of the galaxies beyond shining softly all around you, unblocked, undimmed. There is almost nothing here to stop you, a scattering of faint old stars, spread so thinly through the great dim volume that you might drift for 1,000 years and pass close to none. It is a galaxy made mostly of quiet and emptiness, a whisper of a thing, holding its few faint stars loosely together in the dark. And there is a deep restfulness in a place so empty, so faint, so undemanding. Nothing here blazes. Nothing here rushes. It is the quietest kind of galaxy there is, a soft grey mist of old starlight, drifting gently, asking nothing, holding itself together by the faintest whisper of gravity. Drift slowly through it, and let its deep soft emptiness settle over you, and let the faint far stars shining through it be like the last dim thoughts fading at the edge of sleep. And these faint ghostly galaxies are far more common than we once believed. For a long time we saw only the bright ones, the blazing spirals, the great golden ellipticals, the things that shine. But as our instruments grew gentler and more sensitive, we began to find the faint ones, the dim ones, the ghosts, drifting quietly in enormous numbers between the bright galaxies, unseen for all the years before. It turns out the cosmos is full of quiet, faint, unassuming things, drifting softly in the dark, giving off almost no light, asking for no attention at all. And there is something lovely in that most of what is out there does not blaze or shout, but simply drifts, dim and quiet and content, in the great soft dark. You need not blaze either, tonight. You may be like the faint galaxies, quiet, and dim, and undemanding, drifting softly in the dark, giving off no light at all, and perfectly at peace. Let yourself be that quiet now. Let yourself be that dim. Let yourself simply drift, faint and soft and unhurried, towards sleep. Let us drift to a galaxy wearing a crown. Most galaxies, you know, are flat, a great thin disk of stars, all turning in the same plane, like a record on a turntable. But here is one that wears a second ring of stars looped right over its poles, at a perfect right angle to the disk, one wheel of stars turning flat, and another wheel turning vertically around it, the two crossing at 90 degrees, like a globe wrapped in a hoop that runs pole to pole. They call these the polar ring galaxies, and they are made, it seems, when one galaxy captures the substance of another that came in from just the right angle, the stolen stars and gas settling into a great ring that circles the host galaxy over its poles, held there, stable, for billions of years. Drift around it slowly, and see the two rings cross, the flat golden disk, and the pale ring looped over the top, a galaxy wearing another galaxy as a crown, turning quietly in the dark. And what is most remarkable about these crowned galaxies is how stable, how lasting, how at peace they are. You might think that two great wheels of stars turning at right angles to each other, around the same center, would be an unstable and short-lived thing, a moment of chaos soon to fall apart. But no, the polar ring can hold its perpendicular loop for billions of years, the two great motions balanced against one another, patient and enduring, a galaxy quietly wearing its crown across the ages. It is a reminder that the cosmos can hold, in perfect balance, arrangements that seem as though they ought to be impossible, that two motions crossing at right angles can settle into something stable and calm and lasting, turning together, undisturbed, for longer than the Earth has existed. Drift around this crowned and balanced galaxy, and let its impossible steadiness be a comfort, that even the strangest arrangement can be at peace, and last, and turn quietly in the dark for an age. And now let us come to the fiercest hearts in all the cosmos, the galaxies whose centers blaze. At the heart of nearly every galaxy, you will remember, there sits a great black hole, millions or billions of times the mass of the Sun. In most galaxies, our own included, that black hole is quiet, sleeping, feeding on almost nothing, dark and still. But in some galaxies, the black hole is feeding, and when a giant black hole feeds, it becomes the brightest thing in the universe. As gas spirals down toward it, it gathers into a searing disk, whirling faster and faster, heated by friction to millions of degrees, until it blazes with the light of 1 trillion suns, brighter than all the hundreds of billions of stars in the galaxy around it, put together. From the poles of this whirling disk, twin jets of matter are flung outward at nearly the speed of light, spearing out across hundreds of thousands of light-years into the dark. We call these blazing hearts quasars, and they are so bright that we can see them from the very edge of the observable universe, shining across almost the whole history of time. A single point of light, a monster black hole devouring a galaxy's worth of gas, outshining everything. And yet, and here is the mercy of distance again, from where we drift, it is only a bright quiet point in the dark, silent, harmless, unimaginably far away. All that fury, held in a single gleam. Drift toward it, and marvel that the brightest, most violent object in all creation can look, from far enough away, like nothing more than a still bright star. And here is a wonder to hold about these blazing hearts, the light from the most distant of them has been traveling toward us for so long, 12 billion years and more, that when we see a quasar, we are seeing a black hole that was feeding when the universe was very young, long before the Earth. That fury has long since died down, the gas has been consumed, the quasar has quieted into an ordinary galaxy, or something stranger. The blaze we see tonight is a ghost, a message from the deep past, the light of a feast that ended before our world began. And it crossed all that time and all that dark simply to arrive, faint and quiet, in the eye of a telescope, on a small blue world, one night. There is something almost tender in that, the fiercest light in all the cosmos, softened by distance and time into a gentle far gleam, arriving at last, harmless and beautiful, in the dark. And think of the worlds. Not around the blazing hearts, those are fierce places, but out in the calm outer reaches of all these galaxies, the strange ones and the ordinary ones alike, there drift, almost certainly, uncountable worlds. Around a great many of the stars in every galaxy we have wandered among tonight, there turn planets, rocky worlds, frozen worlds, worlds with oceans, worlds with skies. In the ring of Hoag's object, in the arms of the great spirals, in the torn tails of the colliding pairs, in the crowded heart of the giant ellipticals, worlds, and worlds, and worlds, more than could ever be counted, most of them never seen, never named, turning quietly in the light of their own suns. Somewhere in one of the strange galaxies we have drifted past tonight, there is a shoreline with waves rolling onto it. Somewhere there is a mountain that has stood for 100 million years. Somewhere there is rain falling, softly, in the light of an alien sun, on stones no one has ever touched. And somewhere, perhaps, on one of those countless worlds, something is looking up at its own strange sky, and finding it beautiful, and drifting toward its own quiet sleep. Drift among all those unseen worlds, and let their vast gentle number hold you, a cosmos brimming with quiet places, most of them at rest, most of them in darkness, most of them, right now, turning softly toward their own night. And now let us drift to the oldest exhibits in our gallery, the galaxies from the dawn of time. For you will remember that to look far out into space is to look far back into time, because the light takes so long to reach us. And when we point our greatest telescopes at the very faintest, most distant smudges of light, we are seeing galaxies as they were more than 13 billion years ago, when the universe was young, only a few 100 million years old, a small fraction of its present age. And these earliest galaxies are strange in their own way, small, and clumpy, and irregular, not yet settled into graceful spirals, blazing with fierce blue newborn stars, glowing a deep red by the time their ancient light reaches us, stretched and reddened by its enormous journey across the expanding universe. They are the ancestors, the little unformed galaxies from which all the grand spirals and ellipticals of today would slowly grow, gathering and merging across billions of years. When we look at them, we are looking at the childhood of the cosmos, at galaxies as they were before the Earth, before the Sun, before almost everything. And some of them have surprised us deeply, for a few appear larger, and brighter, and more grown up than they have any right to be so soon after the beginning, as though galaxies came together faster in the early universe than our rules predicted. Another quiet puzzle. Another gentle mystery, drifting in the deepest dark, at the very edge of what we can see. Drift toward these ancient red smudges, the first galaxies, and let their impossibly old light that set out before there was an Earth to receive it, settle softly over you. Sit with that a moment, gently, because it is one of the most beautiful truths there is. When you look at these faint red galaxies, you are not seeing them as they are now. You are seeing them as they were 13 billion years ago, for that is how long their light has been traveling to reach you. The galaxies themselves have long since changed, they have grown and merged, and become grand spirals or great ellipticals, or been swallowed into something larger. The little clumpy things you see no longer exist anywhere as they appear. You are looking at a photograph the universe took of its own childhood, delivered to you across 13 billion years, arriving tonight, in the dark behind your eyes. There is no other way to see the past so directly. A historian can only read about what came before, but when you look at these ancient galaxies, you are looking, with your own eyes, straight into a time before the Earth, before the Sun, before almost anything you have ever known. The deep past is not gone. It is still arriving, softly, all the time, as light, from the edge of everything. And there is a great and gentle peace in that vastness of time, if you let it hold you. These galaxies have been drifting, and turning, and changing, for 13 billion years, and they will drift, and turn, and change, for far, far longer still, for hundreds of billions of years to come, long after tonight, long after all of us, long after the Earth itself. Against that vastness, this one night is nothing, a single quiet breath in an endless slow story. And that is not a sadness. It is a release. For it means that nothing you carried into this night truly matters against the great slow turning of the cosmos, that all your worries and all your hurry are smaller than the smallest flicker of a distant star, that you are free, tonight, to set every heavy thing down, and simply rest, one small warm creature, for one small quiet night, beneath the endless drifting galaxies. Let the great depth of time hold you. Let it make you feel small in the gentlest way, not lost, but held, not insignificant, but free. And let it carry you softly down towards sleep. Let us drift now to the smallest and most furious of galaxies, the little ones that burn far brighter than their size should allow. Scattered through the cosmos are tiny, compact galaxies, a fraction the size of our Milky Way, that are making new stars at a tremendous rate, so fast and so fiercely that they glow all over with the hot light of newborn suns. Some of them are so small and so round and so intensely green glowing, from the light of their excited gas, that astronomers looking through their surveys nicknamed them the green peas, little round green dots among the great spirals, easy to overlook, and yet each one a whole galaxy, blazing with creation, forging stars hundreds of times faster than a calm galaxy like ours. They are like small furnaces, these starburst dwarfs, burning through their gas in a great brief flare of star-making that will last only a few million years before it fades. And they matter more than their size suggests, for in the early universe, it may have been little galaxies like these, blazing with fierce young stars, whose light helped to clear the fog of the young cosmos and let it become transparent. The smallest things, doing the largest work. Drift among these little glowing dots, and let their quiet fierce light be a comfort, that even the tiniest galaxy can blaze. And from the smallest, let us drift to the largest, for the range of sizes among galaxies is beyond all reason. Our own Milky Way, with its 400 billion stars, feels impossibly vast. And yet out here, drifting among the great galaxy clusters, there are single galaxies so enormous that our whole Milky Way would be lost inside one like a pebble in a cathedral. At the heart of some great clusters sits a giant elliptical galaxy, a vast, smooth, featureless egg of ancient golden stars, grown monstrous over billions of years by swallowing hundreds of smaller galaxies that fell into the cluster's heart. The very largest of these hold not 400 billion stars, but 100 trillion, hundreds of times our number, spread across millions of light years, so vast that light itself needs millions of years merely to cross from one side to the other. And at the other end of the scale, drifting faint and quiet at the edges of the great galaxies, are the dwarf galaxies, little wisps of a few million stars, so small and so dim that they are barely galaxies at all, ghostly smudges that hold together in the dark. From the 100 trillion star giants to the few million star dwarfs, all of them are called by the same word, galaxy, and all of them drift in the same dark, and the sheer span between them is one more wonder to hold gently as you sink. There is room in the cosmos for every size of thing. Let us rest a while inside one of the great giants, for there is a deep and particular peace in these vast old ellipticals that is worth drifting into slowly. Unlike the spirals, with their bright arms and their newborn blue stars and their busy lanes of dust, a giant elliptical is old, and calm, and finished. Its great burst of star-making is long over, almost all its stars are ancient, cool, and golden, born billions of years ago, and now simply drifting, each on its own long slow orbit, through the vast smooth swarm. There is no great disk here, no spinning wheel, no pattern, only a soft, round, golden glow, densest at the center and fading gently outward into the dark, made of 100 billion or 100 trillion quiet old suns, each one going its own slow way, all of them together making a shape as smooth and still as a held breath. To drift into the heart of such a galaxy would be to move through an endless soft golden twilight, stars scattered thinly all around you in every direction, no floor and no ceiling, no near and no far, only the gentle even glow of ancient light, stretching away on every side, calm beyond calm. Let yourself drift there now, in that warm golden stillness, with the old quiet stars turning slowly all around you, and let their ancientness and their calm settle deep into you, and slow your thoughts, and slow your breath, and carry you further down. These great old galaxies have made their peace with time. They have done their blazing, long ago. They have gathered in the smaller galaxies that came near, and grown vast and smooth and quiet, and now they simply are, drifting in the dark, needing nothing, making nothing, changing so slowly that across a human lifetime they would not seem to change at all. There is no striving left in them, no rush, no fire, only a great slow golden calm, spread across millions of light years, holding 100 trillion old stars in the gentlest possible embrace. And there is something to learn from them, drifting here in the dark before sleep, that there is a season for blazing, and a season for stillness, that not everything must always be making and rushing and burning, that there is a deep and rightful peace in simply being, quietly, in the dark, having done enough. Tonight is a night for that kind of peace. You have done enough today. You have blazed enough. Now you may be like the great old galaxies, smooth, and golden, and still, and finished with striving, and simply drift, and glow softly, and rest. And hold, for one more moment, the sheer silence of it all. Every one of these galaxies, the giants and the dwarfs, the rings and the wheels, the blazing hearts and the quiet ghosts, turns and drifts in perfect, total silence. There is no sound out there, sound needs air to carry it, and between the galaxies there is only the deep vacuum, silent beyond any silence we have ever known. All that vast turning, all those colliding wheels of 100 billion suns, all those blazing hearts and streaming tails and slow majestic mergers, all of it unfolds without the faintest whisper, in a stillness so complete it is almost holy. The most violent events in all the cosmos happen in absolute quiet. And that great silence is not empty or cold, it is calm, and vast, and deeply restful, the silence of a cathedral, the silence of deep snow, the silence of the moment just before sleep. Let that cosmic silence fill your room now, and fill your mind, softening every sound, until there is only the quiet, and your slow breath moving through it, and the great still galaxies turning soundlessly in the dark. Let the silence hold you, and carry you down. And here is a subtle strangeness, one you would never see from a picture, but only by watching how the stars move. Some galaxies turn against themselves. In an ordinary galaxy, everything turns the same way, all the stars, all the gas, all sweeping around the center in the same grand direction, like a single great wheel. But in a few galaxies, drifting quietly in the dark, part of the galaxy turns one way, and part of it turns the other, and in a disk of stars spinning one direction, and an outer ring, or a core, spinning the opposite way, the two rotating against each other around the same center for billions of years. It happens, we think, when a galaxy captures the stars of another that came in spinning the wrong way, and never quite settles the disagreement. From the outside, it looks perfectly ordinary, a calm, tidy disk. But within, it is two galaxies turning against one another, forever, a quiet contradiction spinning silently in the dark. Drift beside one, and know that even a galaxy that looks entirely calm may hold, deep within it, a gentle turning against itself, and that this, too, is a stable and lasting and peaceful thing, two motions held in quiet balance across the ages. Let us drift to the smallest galaxies of all, so small and so dense that for a long time we could not tell them from single stars. They are the ultra-compact dwarfs, tiny balls of millions of stars, packed so tightly and so brightly that they look, at a glance, like one point of light. And where did they come from? Some of them, it seems, are the stripped-out hearts of larger galaxies, small galaxies that drifted too close to a giant, and had their outer stars torn away, one by one, over billions of years, until only the dense bright core was left, orbiting the giant like a lonely survivor. A whole galaxy, worn down to its heart. Drift toward one of these little bright knots, and hold the strange gentle thought that this tiny dense ball of stars was once a galaxy of its own, and lost everything but its core, and drifts on now, small and bright and alone, the surviving heart of something that used to be much larger. Even in the losing, something bright remains. And let us drift among a curious little family, the chain galaxies, strange knotty threads of light seen in the deep and distant universe. When we look far out, and far back in time, to galaxies from the young cosmos, some of them appear not as smooth disks or spirals, but as short chains of bright knots strung in a line, several glowing clumps of newborn stars, lined up like beads on a string. For a while they puzzled everyone. Now we think many of them are simply young disk galaxies seen edge-on, their star-forming clumps strung along the thin line of the disk, in an age before the galaxies had smoothed themselves into graceful spirals. They are the awkward youth of galaxies, clumpy, knotty, unfinished, still gathering themselves, glimpsed across billions of years of dark. Drift toward these little strings of light, the chain galaxies, and see the cosmos in its clumsy, beautiful childhood, before it learned to make smooth and tidy things. And now let us drift, quietly, for a while, with no particular strange thing to seek, only the soft wandering itself. All around us the galaxies drift, near and far, in every direction, an endless scattering of soft glowing wheels and smudges and rings, each one turning silently in the dark. And there is something deeply restful in simply being among them, with nowhere to go and nothing to find, letting them drift slowly past like the exhibits of a gallery you are wandering long after everyone else has gone home. No one is hurrying you. No one is waiting. There is only the soft dark, and the drifting galaxies, and your own slow breath, carrying you gently from one quiet wonder to the next. Let the wandering itself be the rest. Let the drifting be enough. You do not have to arrive anywhere. You have only to float, and look, and slowly, softly, sink. Let us drift to a place where new galaxies are being born, not from the gas of the young universe, but from the wreckage of old galaxies colliding. When two great galaxies collide and fling out their long tidal tails of stars and gas, something remarkable can happen out at the tips of those tails. The flung-out gas can gather, and clump, and pull itself together under its own gravity, and begin to make stars, a whole new little galaxy, condensing out of the debris of the old ones, far out at the end of a tail, hundreds of thousands of light-years from either parent. They call these tidal dwarf galaxies, and they are the children of collisions, small new galaxies made from the torn-out substance of their parents, born in the very act of their parents merging. Drift out to the tip of a great tidal tail, and see, glowing there at its far end, a small knot of blue new stars pulling itself together into a galaxy of its own, a new thing being born, quietly, from the beautiful slow catastrophe unfolding behind it. Even in the coming apart, the cosmos is making something new. And let us drift to a pair caught in an even stranger moment, two galaxies whose collision has, for this brief cosmic instant, made the shape of a great eye. One galaxy has plunged through another, and the ring of disturbed stars, together with the bright core of the intruder, has arranged itself, just for now, into an uncanny shape, a great glowing ring for the outer lid, a bright oval within it, and at the center a blazing point, so that the whole colliding pair looks, from our vantage, like an enormous eye gazing out of the dark. It will not last. In a few million years the shape will shift, the ring will spread, the illusion will dissolve, but for this long moment, frozen for us in the dark, two galaxies have made an eye, and it seems almost to be looking back. Drift toward it, this vast quiet eye of stars, and feel no unease, only the strange gentle wonder that a collision of 100 billion suns can, for a moment, make so simple and so human a shape. And let us drift to the galaxies that wear a great straight bar across their hearts. Many spirals, our own Milky Way among them, are not simple pinwheels. Across their centers runs a long straight bar of stars, and the spiral arms begin at the ends of that bar rather than winding all the way into the core. Drift above one and look down, a great glowing bar of stars, straight and bright, cutting right across the golden center, with the two spiral arms trailing off from its two ends, curving away into the dark. The bar is a slow river of stars, funneling gas down toward the center, feeding the heart of the galaxy, building it. It is not strange in the way a ring or a jellyfish is strange, but it is beautiful, and it is ours, for the Milky Way wears such a bar, and if you could drift far enough above our own galaxy and look down, you would see it, a great bright bar across our heart, with the sun drifting quietly in one of the arms that trail from its end. Drift above the bar, and let its slow straight glow settle you. And now let us turn a galaxy on its side, and drift to one of the loveliest exhibits of all, a spiral seen perfectly edge-on. When we catch a spiral galaxy from directly above, we see its great wheel and arms, but when we catch one exactly edge-on, from the side, it becomes something else entirely, a long thin sliver of light, a silver needle laid across the dark, so slender and so sharp that some of these galaxies are called needle galaxies, or splinters. Drift alongside one, and see it stretched out before you, a fine bright line of 100 billion stars, tapering to delicate points at either end, and running straight down its center, dividing the light in two, a dark band of dust, the galaxy's own great lane of gas and shadow, silhouetted against its own glow. It is one of the most graceful shapes in all the cosmos, a whole galaxy reduced to a single luminous stroke, thin as a reed, drawn once across the black. There is a deep calm in a shape so simple, so clean, so quiet. Drift along the length of it, slowly, from one delicate point to the other, and let your mind be drawn out long and thin and calm, like that single quiet line of light, laid gently across the dark. And here, in a strange corner of the gallery, drift to a galaxy that wears a great shadowy X across its heart. Seen edge-on, a few galaxies reveal, rising above and below their centers, for soft glowing arms of stars arranged in the unmistakable shape of an X, or a great slow butterfly, or an hourglass of light. It is not a trick of the eye, it is real, or a box-shaped, peanut-shaped swelling of stars at the galaxy's core, built slowly over billions of years as the central bar of the galaxy gently buckled and lifted stars up out of the flat disk into these soft rising wings. Drift back from it, and see the whole strange figure, a thin bright disk of stars, and rising from its center, above and below, the four soft arms of a glowing X, spread wide and still against the dark, like great slow wings that will never quite beat. It is a galaxy caught in the shape of a butterfly, holding perfectly still, forever. Drift toward those soft spread wings, and let them settle over you like something gentle and sheltering, and let yourself grow still beneath them, and sink a little deeper toward sleep. Let us drift to a galaxy with two hearts. When two galaxies merge, each one brings its own great black hole down into the center of the new combined galaxy, and so, for a long while after a merger, there are two giant black holes at the heart of a single galaxy, circling one another, slowly spiraling closer across millions of years, before they finally meet and become one. And here is such a galaxy, a single bright core that, looked at closely, is not one point but two brilliant nuclei, side by side, a few hundred light-years apart, two black holes each feeding, each blazing, circling one another at the center of a galaxy still settling from the collision that brought them together. In time, a long time, they will draw close enough to merge, and when they do, they will send a great ripple through the fabric of space itself, a wave of gravity spreading out across the cosmos. But for now they circle, two bright hearts in one galaxy, two black holes drifting slowly toward their meeting. Drift toward those two bright points at the galaxy's center, and hold the strange gentle thought of a single galaxy with two hearts, waiting, across the ages, to become one. And when at last they do meet, when the two great black holes finally spiral together and merge, after millions of years of slow circling, they will do something that reaches across the whole universe. As they whirl together in their final moments, faster and faster, they will stir the very fabric of space itself, sending out great ripples of gravity, waves in the shape of space, spreading outward at the speed of light, washing over everything, stretching and squeezing all of space by the tiniest imaginable amount as they pass. Those ripples cross the entire cosmos. And on a small blue world, unimaginably far away, we have built machines so exquisitely sensitive that they can feel these ripples arrive, can feel the whole of space stretch and squeeze by less than the width of a single atom as the wave from two merged black holes, billions of light-years away, washes gently through the Earth. We can feel two hearts of two galaxies become one, from across the whole universe. There is something almost unbearably beautiful in that the quiet merging of two dark hearts, so far away, so long ago, should send a soft ripple across all of space, and that we, small and patient and attentive, should feel it arrive. Drift toward the two circling hearts, and imagine the gentle ripple they will one day send out across everything, and let the thought of it, for whisper in the fabric of space, crossing the whole cosmos, carry you softly down. And this is happening, right now, all across the cosmos, for whenever galaxies merge, and they merge constantly, their black holes eventually find one another and join, and send their ripples outward. So the universe is filled, always, with a soft background hum of these gravitational ripples, crossing and recrossing all of space, a gentle unheard music made by the merging of dark hearts throughout all of time. You are floating in it, right now. These ripples are passing through you, through your resting body, through the bed and the floor and the whole earth, softly, constantly, felt by nothing, harming nothing, the quiet music of the cosmos merging with itself. Let that gentle unheard music hold you. Let the soft constant hum of the universe's dark hearts becoming one drift through you, and around you, and carry you down toward sleep. And let us drift, quietly, between exhibits for a while, and simply be here, in the endless gallery, with no particular strange thing to look at, only the soft scattered glow of galaxies all around, near and far, each one a wheel of 100 billion suns, drifting in the dark. There is no floor to this gallery, and no ceiling, and no walls. It stretches away in every direction, past every horizon, room beyond room, filled with more strange and lovely things than could ever be seen. And it is utterly silent. And nothing here is in any hurry. The galaxies drift so slowly that in a whole human lifetime you would see no change at all. A galaxy caught mid-collision tonight will still be caught mid-collision 10,000 years from now, its torn arms shifted by only the smallest amount. Everything here moves at the pace of the cosmos, which is to say, it looks like perfect stillness. So let yourself drift at that pace. Let your breathing slow to match it. There is nowhere to get to, and no exhibit you must reach, and all the time there has ever been simply to float, and look, and rest, among the quiet drifting galaxies. Let us drift to a galaxy that is breathing fire. It is a modest galaxy, seen edge-on, a thin cigar-shaped sliver of stars, but at its heart, starbirth has run wild. Something, long ago, stirred its gas into a frenzy, and now, in its crowded center, stars are being born at a furious rate, hundreds of them, in a small bright core, and so many of them are living and dying so quickly that their combined winds and explosions have blown a great wound in the galaxy, a super wind, a vast plume of glowing red gas erupting straight out of its center, above and below the disk, streaming into the dark for thousands of light years. It looks as though the galaxy has caught fire in the middle and is venting flame from both sides, great red filaments of hydrogen billowing out into space. But it is not destruction, not truly, it is only creation grown so fierce that the galaxy cannot hold it in. Drift beside this burning cigar of a galaxy, and watch the great red plume stream silently out of its heart, and know that even this furious fire is, from here, a soft and silent glow in the dark. It is worth pausing, one more time, on that great gift of distance, for it is the thread that runs through this whole gallery, and it is a deeply comforting one. Nearly everything we have drifted among tonight is, up close, unimaginably violent, galaxies colliding, black holes blazing, gas being torn away, stars being born in furious bursts, whole galaxies being devoured. And yet every single one of them, seen from where we drift, is silent, and slow, and soft, and utterly harmless, a gentle glow, a quiet shape, a still bright point in the dark. Distance turns all of it to peace. The colliding galaxies become a slow embrace. The blazing quasar becomes a far bright star. The firestorm of starbirth becomes a soft red plume, streaming silently in the black. This is one of the great mercies of the cosmos, that its most violent things, seen from far enough away, become its most beautiful and its most calming. And you are far enough away from all of it, impossibly, safely far, so that all its fury reaches you only as beauty, only as gentle light, only as quiet shapes drifting in the dark. There is nothing here that can touch you. There is only the far soft glow of enormous distant things, and you, safe and warm, drifting among them, watching them turn, sinking gently towards sleep. Let us drift on now, gently, to the next quiet wonder. And let us drift to the nearest of the strange active galaxies, a great one, not so very far away as these things go, with a story written all over its face. It is a giant elliptical galaxy, a smooth round swarm of old golden stars, but across its middle runs a thick, dark, warp band of dust, twisted and lumpy, utterly out of place on a smooth old elliptical. That dark warp band is the swallowed remains of a spiral galaxy, eaten not long ago, its dust and gas still settling, still visibly out of place, a fresh meal not yet digested. And at the galaxy's heart, a great black hole feeds on that swallowed gas, and flings out jets that billow into vast radio lobes on either side. It is a galaxy caught in the middle of becoming something else, a smooth old elliptical with the dark twisted ghost of a spiral laid across its face, and a blazing heart, and invisible wings of energy spreading into the dark. Drift toward it, and read its whole violent, beautiful history in that one warped dark band across its golden face. And here is perhaps the strangest exhibit of all, a galaxy that is barely there. For among the 2 trillion galaxies, there seem to be a few that have almost no stars at all, great clouds of gas and dark matter, drifting in the dark, that never quite managed to light up, never quite began to make suns in any great number, so that they hold together, turning, galaxy-sized, and yet give off almost no light of their own. Dark galaxies, they are sometimes called galaxies that fail to shine. We find them by the faint glow of their gas, or by the way they tug on the light of brighter things behind them, and they are difficult and rare and not fully understood. But imagine it, a whole galaxy, vast as any, turning quietly in the dark, made of gas and shadow, holding almost no stars, giving almost no light, a galaxy that the universe began, and never finished, and left drifting, dim and quiet, forever. There is something deeply peaceful in the thought, a galaxy content to remain in the dark, unlit, unseen, simply drifting, asking nothing, shining not at all. Drift toward the faint cold glow of one, and let its deep quiet darkness settle over you. Let us drift to a galaxy with a tail like a tadpole. It was, not long ago, an ordinary spiral, but a smaller galaxy came swinging past, close and fast, and its gravity reached out and drew a great streamer of stars and gas out of the spiral side, pulling it into a single enormous tail, 250,000 light-years long, trailing away into the dark behind the galaxy like the tail of a tadpole swimming through a pond. Along that vast tail, knots of blue new stars have kindled where the drawn-out gas was squeezed, so that the tail glitters, a long bright ribbon of newborn sun streaming away from the bright round head of the galaxy. In time, hundreds of millions of years, the tail will fall back, or thin away, and the galaxy will settle again into something calmer. But for now it swims through the dark, trailing its glittering tail, 250,000 light-years of drawn-out stars, and it is one of the loveliest odd shapes in the sky. Drift beside it, and follow the long bright tail out into the dark until it fades. And now to a giant that is almost invisible, one of the strangest of all. There is a galaxy out there so vast that its disk spans more than 6 times the width of our Milky Way, one of the largest spiral galaxies ever found, and yet it is so faint, its stars so thinly spread, that for a long time no one saw it at all. It hides in plain sight, an enormous ghost, its great arms so dim they blend into the blackness of space, so that you could look straight at it and see almost nothing. Only by looking very carefully, with just the right instruments, did we find it, a colossal, faint, spread-out spiral, gigantic and gentle and nearly transparent, drifting quietly in the dark. There are others like it, these giant low-surface brightness galaxies, huge, and faint, and diffuse, great pale ghosts far larger than the bright spirals we know, holding their few stars spread so thinly across such enormous disks that they are more empty space than galaxy. Drift toward this great faint giant, and marvel that something so vast can be so quiet, so dim, so nearly invisible, a whisper of a galaxy, larger than almost any other, drifting unseen in the dark. And let us come to the galaxies that shout in a light we cannot see. Some galaxies, with a feeding black hole at their heart, fling out from their poles two vast jets of matter at nearly the speed of light, and where those jets slam into the thin gas between the galaxies, they billow out into two enormous glowing lobes, balloons of energy far larger than the galaxy itself. In visible light, you would see only an ordinary galaxy, a modest smudge. But in radio light, invisible to our eyes, that same galaxy blazes with two colossal lobes stretching out for millions of light-years on either side, a small galaxy at the center, and two vast invisible wings of energy spanning a distance greater than the gap between galaxies, some of the single largest structures that any one object makes in all the cosmos. Drift toward one of these, and imagine the invisible wings spreading out around it, silent, enormous, a galaxy with an unseen span greater than 1,000 Milky Ways laid end to end, and all of it quiet, and all of it far away, and all of it harmless in the dark. And here is the most intimate strange galaxy of all, because it is being eaten by our own. Right now, tonight, our Milky Way is in the slow act of devouring several small galaxies that wandered too close. One of them, a little dwarf galaxy, is being pulled apart on the far side of our own galactic center, its stars drawn out into a great stream that wraps more than once around the whole of the Milky Way, a long faint ribbon of another galaxy's stars, looped right around our own, slowly dissolving into it. And two others, the Magellanic Clouds, those soft companion galaxies visible from the southern half of the Earth, are trailing a vast stream of gas behind them as our galaxy slowly draws them in. So the strangeness of this gallery is not only far away. It is here, at home, all around us, our own galaxy wearing the drawn-out ghosts of the smaller ones it is swallowing, a quiet cannibal like all the rest, its history of devoured neighbors written in faint streams looped across our own night sky. We are an exhibit too. Drift home, for a moment, and see our own galaxy from outside, a great spiral, wrapped in the pale dissolving ribbons of everything it has eaten, and know that we, too, belong in the gallery of strange and lovely things. Let us drift now to a gathering, a small quiet crowd of galaxies caught together in the dark. 5 of them hang here, close beside one another, in a famous little group. 4 of them are true companions, bound together by gravity, drifting around one another across the ages, their forms already gently pulled and warped by each other's tides, a long tail here, a bridge of stars there, the soft distortions of galaxies that have lived as neighbors for a very long time. And the 5th is an imposter. It looks, at a glance, to belong to the group, it sits right there among them, in the same patch of sky, but it is a great deal closer to us than the other 4, a foreground galaxy that only happens to lie along the same line of sight, slipping into the same view as the ancient quartet from far in front. The 4 are bound together in a slow eternal dance, hundreds of millions of light-years away, the 5th drifts alone, far in front, with no connection to them at all. And to our eye they make a single lovely group, 5 galaxies clustered in the dark, a quiet reminder that even what looks like togetherness, out here, may be a trick of distance and angle, and that the cosmos is deeper than any single view of it can show. Drift among the 5, and let the gentle illusion of them settle you. And let us come now to one of the most elegant galaxies in all the sky, a great galaxy seen almost perfectly edge-on, so that its disk becomes a thin bright line, and across that line runs a single dark band of dust, sharp and clean, dividing the glow. Above and below the disk swells a vast, round, glowing halo of old golden stars, far larger and rounder than an ordinary spiral's, so that the whole galaxy looks like a wide-brimmed hat floating in the dark, a bright disk for the brim, a great domed bulge for the crown, and that one crisp dark lane of dust running all the way around. They call it the Sombrero, and it holds a great swarm of ancient globular clusters in its huge halo, and a giant black hole at its heart, and it drifts there, serene and elegant and strange, neither quite a spiral nor quite an elliptical but something in between, wearing its single dark ribbon of dust like a band around a hat. Drift beside it, edge on, and follow that clean dark lane all the way around, and let its quiet elegance hold you. And that great round halo is a wonder of its own. It is filled with thousands of ancient globular clusters, far more than an ordinary spiral holds, each one a dense ball of hundreds of thousands of old golden stars, all of them drifting slowly through the great halo like a swarm of fireflies frozen in amber. To drift within that halo would be to move among thousands of these ancient golden swarms, scattered through the dark all around, each one older than almost anything, each one turning slowly, quietly, keeping its long watch. Drift there, among the ancient clusters of the Sombrero's great halo, and let their old gold light, and their deep unhurried calm, settle softly over you. And here is a grand and lovely thing, a great face-on spiral, turned flat toward us so that we look straight down onto its winding arms, and they are perfect, two great sweeping arms, wound round the golden core, traced out in blue newborn stars and pink glowing clouds, as graceful and as clearly drawn as any galaxy could ever be. It is the very picture of a spiral, the grandest of grand designs. And the reason its arms are so bright and so sharply drawn is that it is not alone. A small companion galaxy hangs at the end of one arm, tugging at it, and that gentle tug has stirred the great galaxy's gas and set its arms ablaze with new stars, drawing them out in clean bright curves. The two are connected by a faint bridge of stars, the large one and its little companion, drifting together through the dark, the small one slowly being drawn in. They call the great one the Whirlpool, and it is one of the most beautiful galaxies we know, made all the more beautiful by the little companion that is slowly, gently, over hundreds of millions of years, falling into it. Drift above it, and look straight down into the great slow whirlpool of its arms, and let yourself turn, softly, with it. There is something almost hypnotic in a great spiral seen face-on, and it is worth resting in for a while. Let your eye follow one of the arms, from where it begins near the bright golden core, and trace it slowly outward, round and round, as it winds its way out toward the edge, growing fainter and cooler as it goes. And then let your eye drift back inward, following the curve the other way, spiraling gently in toward the calm bright center. Round, and in, and out, the eye can wander a spiral galaxy forever, following its slow curves, never quite reaching an end, soothed by the endless gentle winding of it. It is one of the oldest calming shapes there is, the spiral. You find it in a shell, in a whirlpool, in the slow turn of water down a drain, in the curl of a fern before it opens. And here it is, written across 100 billion suns, turning so slowly that a single winding of the arm takes hundreds of millions of years to come around. Let your thoughts follow the slow curve of it, round and round, gently inward, toward the still bright center, and let the winding carry you softly down toward sleep. And these grand spirals are, in a sense, the ordinary galaxies, the tidy ones, the pinwheels, the calm and lovely wheels of light that most people picture when they think of a galaxy. And yet even they, seen truly, are wonders beyond telling, 100 billion suns, arranged in great sweeping curves, turning together in perfect silence across the ages, threaded with dark rivers of dust and lit with the pink glow of newborn stars. If a grand spiral were the only galaxy in all the cosmos, we would travel any distance simply to see it, and count ourselves blessed. It is only because the universe is so extravagant, so endlessly inventive, that we can call such a thing ordinary. Drift above the great slow whirlpool a while longer, and let even the ordinary become a wonder again, and let the wonder, and the slow turning, and the winding of the arms, carry you gently down. And drift now to a quieter room of the gallery, and rest before a galaxy that is strange not for its violence but for its perfection. Most spirals are a little ragged, their arms patchy, broken, wound unevenly, more a suggestion of a spiral than a clean one. But a rare few are what astronomers call grand design spirals, galaxies whose two great arms sweep out from the center in long, clean, unbroken curves, perfectly formed, perfectly balanced, winding around and around like the most graceful drawing ever made. Drift high above one of these and look down, and it is almost too beautiful to be real, a vast slow pinwheel of light, two arms of blue-white stars and glowing pink nurseries curving out from a warm golden heart, turning so slowly that in a human lifetime it would not seem to move at all, and yet turning all the same, one full turn every few 100 million years, patient beyond patience. The arms are not solid things, they are waves, slow waves of compression sweeping around the disk, lighting new stars as they pass, like the bright crest of a wave running along a shore that circles forever. Nothing is rushing. Nothing is colliding. It is simply a galaxy at peace with itself, turning in perfect slow order in the dark, as calm and balanced and complete as anything in all the cosmos. Let its slow perfect turning settle your breathing. Let the long clean curve of its arms draw your mind gently around and down. And beside it in the gallery, drift to a very different kind of spiral, the soft, woolly, patchy kind that astronomers call flocculent, from an old word meaning tufted, like little scraps of wool. These galaxies have no grand clean arms at all, instead their light is broken into countless small soft patches and feathers and flecks, scattered gently across the disk, so that the whole galaxy looks less like a pinwheel and more like a soft grey-gold cloud, or a fleece, or the surface of still water dusted with light. There is no drama here, no great sweeping design, only a quiet, gentle, dappled glow, soft everywhere, sharp nowhere, the light of hundreds of billions of stars blurred together into something that looks as soft as a sigh. Drift toward it, and let its softness be the softness of your own thoughts now, growing woolly and vague and gentle, losing their sharp edges, breaking up into small soft drifting patches, warm and dim and slow, as you sink a little further toward sleep. And here, in a small dim alcove of the gallery, drift to one of the very smallest galaxies of all, so small, so faint, so sparse, that it is barely a galaxy at all. Among the 2 trillion great wheels of light there are also these, ultra-faint dwarf galaxies, some holding only a few hundred stars, or a few thousand, a tiny scattering of dim old suns, spread thinly through a small cloud of dark matter, drifting quietly at the edge of larger galaxies, giving off so little light that we have only recently been able to find them at all. Imagine that, a whole galaxy, a true galaxy, held together by its own gravity, turning slowly in the dark, made of no more stars than you might see on a clear night from a dark hillside. A handful of faint lights, drifting together through the immensity, so quiet and so dim that for all the history of astronomy no one knew they were there. There is a deep tenderness in these tiny galaxies, the smallest, faintest, gentlest members of the whole vast family of the cosmos, asking for nothing, shining almost not at all, simply drifting, holding their few soft lights together in the dark. Drift close to one, and let its handful of quiet stars be the last few thoughts still glimmering in your mind, growing dimmer, and fewer, and softer, as you drift down toward the dark. Let us pause now, drifting in the middle of the gallery, and consider a gentle thought. We have wandered among the strangest galaxies in the cosmos, the rings, the collisions, the cannibals, the jellyfish, the ghosts, the blazing hearts, the ancient smudges, the giants and the dwarfs and the ones that turn against themselves. And you might think, after all that our own Milky Way must be one of the plain ones, the ordinary spirals, the tidy wheels. But the truth is that there are no ordinary galaxies. Look closely enough at any galaxy, our own included, and it too is strange. Our Milky Way has swallowed dozens of smaller galaxies, and wears their faint streams looped around it in the dark. It has a great black hole sleeping at its heart, quiet now, but capable of blazing. It is drifting toward Andromeda, and one day the two will merge and be pulled into ribbons and streamers, and to some distant watcher we will look as strange and torn as any colliding pair in this gallery. Every galaxy, seen closely and across enough time, is doing something remarkable. The strangeness is not the exception. The strangeness is everywhere. The tidy spiral is only a single quiet moment in a long and dramatic life. And that is the loveliest thing to carry away from the gallery tonight. Not that a few galaxies are strange, but that the universe is endlessly, tirelessly inventive, that out of the same simple ingredients, gravity and gas and time, it makes rings and wheels and jellyfish and ghosts and crowns and blazing hearts, no two ever quite alike, 2 trillion galaxies and not one of them a copy of another. The cosmos never makes the same thing twice. It is the most creative thing there is, working slowly and silently across billions of years, filling the dark with an endless variety of beautiful, impossible shapes, and asking no one to see them, and needing no one to admire them, and making them anyway, everywhere, forever. You have wandered, tonight, through just a few rooms of an endless gallery, and it goes on, past every horizon, more strange and lovely things than could be seen in 1,000 lifetimes. And it is all silent, and all slow, and all utterly at peace. Think of that number once more, gently, and let it wash over you rather than trying to hold it, 2 trillion galaxies. If you could somehow visit one every second, one galaxy each second, without ever stopping to sleep or eat or rest, you would need more than 60,000 years to see them all. And every single one would be different. Every single one would have its own shape, its own history, its own strange and particular story, its own collision survived, its own neighbors swallowed, its own stars born and died, its own slow turning across the ages. No two the same. Not one a copy of another. The universe is not a factory, stamping out identical wheels of light. It is an artist who never repeats a single brushstroke, filling an endless gallery with an endless variety of forms, each one made once, and never again. And you are one of its works, too. The same universe that made the rings and the jellyfish and the blazing hearts also made you, out of the same handful of elements, the same gravity and gas and time, arranged this once into a warm, breathing body that can lie in the dark and wonder at the rest of it. And you, too, are made only once. There has never been another exactly like you, in all the 2 trillion galaxies, across all the billions of years, and there never will be again. You are as unrepeatable as any galaxy in the gallery, one particular arrangement of stardust, made once, that will never come again. There is no need to be anything other than what you are. The cosmos does not make the same thing twice, and it did not make a mistake with you. You belong in the gallery of strange and singular and beautiful things, exactly as you are, resting quietly tonight among the 2 trillion others. So let us leave the gallery now, gently, and drift home toward sleep. Let the strange galaxies grow small and dim behind us, the rings and the wheels, the tails and the tentacles, the ghosts and the crowns, all of them drifting back into the dark, still turning, still slowly changing, as they will for billions of years after this night is forgotten. You do not need to hold on to any of them. It is enough to have wandered among them for a while. Let them fade, softly, like the exhibits of a museum, going dark room by room as you make your way at last toward the door, and out, into the warm and quiet night. There is a particular peace in leaving a gallery at the very end of the day, when everyone else has gone, and the great rooms grow quiet and dim behind you, and you walk slowly toward the door carrying nothing but the soft afterglow of the beautiful things you have seen. You do not have to remember them all. You do not have to hold on to a single one. It is enough to have wandered among them for a while, to have let them drift past, to have felt the quiet wonder of them. And now you may leave them behind, still hanging in the dark, still turning, still lovely, waiting patiently for whoever might come to wander among them next, and carry away with you only the soft calm they have left in you, the deep unhurried peace of an evening spent among beautiful, silent, slow-moving things. Let the rooms go dark behind you, one by one. Let the strange galaxies fade gently into the black. And carry only the calm out with you, into the warm night, towards sleep. And come home now, gently, all the way home, the long slow drift back from the endless gallery, through the deep quiet dark between the galaxies, in no hurry at all. Let the strange and lovely things grow small and dim and distant behind you. Let the great rooms of the cosmos close softly, one by one. There is nothing to hurry back for, and nothing you must reach. There is only the slow, gentle drift homeward, and every galaxy width of dark you cross carries you a little deeper toward rest. Down and down, through the soft endless dark, toward the small warm world where your body lies quietly breathing, waiting for you exactly where you left it. And come home now, gently, all the way home, down toward one small ordinary spiral galaxy in all that endless variety, and down into one quiet arm of it, and down toward one small yellow star, and one small blue world, turning slowly in the dark, exactly where you left it. Down through the thin blue air, down through the quiet clouds, down into your own still room, and your own warm bed, and your own resting body, lying just where it has lain all along, safe, and held, and heavy with sleep. So let your body grow heavy now, from the crown of your head all the way down to the tips of your toes, and let the softness spread through you like slow warm water. Let your forehead smooth and soften. Let your eyes rest heavy behind their lids. Let your jaw loosen, and your shoulders fall away from your ears, and sink down into the bed. Let the heaviness flow down through your arms, through your elbows, your wrists, your hands, all the way to the very tips of your fingers, until your arms lie heavy and warm and utterly still. Feel your chest rise and fall, softly, all on its own, needing nothing from you. Let your back settle and spread into the bed. Let your hips grow heavy, and your legs, and your knees, and your calves, and your ankles, and your feet, all the way to the tips of your toes. Your whole body heavy now. Your whole body still. Your whole body held. And far above the roof, beyond the thin blue air, the endless gallery turns on, exactly as it always has. 2 trillion galaxies, drifting in the dark, no two alike, the ring still turning, the jellyfish still trailing their tentacles of light, the great cannibals still wearing their soft shells of swallowed stars, the blazing heart still burning at the edge of time. All of it silent. All of it slow. All of it beautiful beyond telling. And none of it needs you to watch tonight. You may let it all turn on without you, and simply rest, here, in the warm dark, one small quiet thing among the endless strange and lovely things of the cosmos. There is nothing you must do. There is nowhere you must be. You may set every thought down now, the way you would set down a heavy pack at the end of a long day. And if your mind wants to wander, let it wander. It does not have to stay here with me. Let it drift wherever it likes, off among the quiet galaxies, off into some soft half-dream that has nothing to do with rings or collisions or blazing hearts at all. That is not a failure of resting. That is resting. That is exactly what falling asleep is, the mind slipping its moorings and drifting off, a little at a time, until it is somewhere else entirely and you never notice the going. So let it drift. Do not follow it, and do not call it back. Just let it float away, softly, into the dark, like a galaxy slipping over the edge of sight. And let every part of you that is still holding on, quietly let go. The last small tension in the jaw, let it go. The last little tightness in the hands, let it go. The last faint effort anywhere in your body, let it soften, and release, and drain away, down and out, until there is nothing left holding you anywhere, and you are entirely loose, entirely soft, entirely at rest. Held by the bed. Held by the earth. Held by the whole vast gentle cosmos, which asks nothing of you tonight but that you rest. Breathe in, slowly. And breathe out. And with every breath out, sink a little deeper, a little heavier, a little further down into the warm and quiet dark, like a small stone settling softly to the floor of a still and peaceful sea, drifting down through the calm water, in no hurry at all, until it comes to rest at last on the soft sand at the bottom, and lies there, easy, and still, and at peace. Let us go through the body once more, slowly, and let each part of you set itself down, the way a galaxy settles slowly into its shape across the ages, gently, without effort, in no hurry at all. Your forehead. Let it be smooth, and wide, and untroubled. Let every small thought loosen its hold and drift away into the dark like a far galaxy fading from sight. Your eyes, resting heavy and quiet behind their lids, still at last after the long day of looking. Let them soften. Let them sink. Your jaw, unclenching, your teeth parting slightly, your tongue soft in your mouth. Let all the holding there melt away. Your throat, your neck, your shoulders, dropping, widening, sinking down into the bed, heavy and warm. Your arms, from shoulder to fingertip, filling slowly with a warm, heavy stillness, like something poured. Your elbows heavy. Your wrists heavy. Your hands open and still. Every finger let go. Your chest, rising and falling, softly, all on its own, in no hurry, needing nothing from you. Your belly, soft and warm. Your back, releasing into the bed, one small muscle at a time, spreading, settling, sinking. Your hips, heavy. Your legs, long and loose and warm. Your knees, your calves, your ankles, all letting go. And your feet, all the way to the very tips of your toes, heavy and warm and utterly at rest. Your whole body now, from the crown of your head to the tips of your toes, heavy and warm and still and held. Nothing to hold. Nothing to reach for. Nowhere to be. And now let us drift down together, slowly, through the quiet dark, the way you might drift down through the still halls of a great gallery long after everyone has gone. Imagine the strange and lovely things growing dim behind you, one by one, as you move gently past them toward the deep quiet at the far end. The ring galaxy, turning slowly in its alcove, growing dim, and small, and gone. The two colliding galaxies, frozen mid-embrace, softening into the dark behind you. The jellyfish, trailing its long tentacles of light, fading. The ghost galaxy, the blazing heart, the crown of shells, each one dimming gently as you drift past, sinking a little deeper with every breath, further from the light, further from the day, deeper into the warm and welcoming dark where sleep is waiting. Let yourself sink, now, layer by layer, the way light sinks down through deep still water. Down past the surface, where the thoughts of the day still ripple faintly, let them ripple, up there, far above you now, and let yourself keep sinking, below them, into the calmer dark. Down past the middle depths, where the body still holds its small tensions, feel them loosen, and release, and let yourself sink below them too. Down, and down, into the deepest, stillest, warmest dark, where there is no thought and no effort and no time, only the slow soft rhythm of your own breathing, carrying you gently deeper with every rise and fall. There is no bottom you need to reach. There is only the sinking, slow and warm and endless, and the deep kind dark, holding you, all the way down. And with each slow breath, let a little more of you dissolve softly into that dark, the way a far galaxy dissolves into the black at the very edge of sight, its light growing dimmer, and softer, and more diffuse, until you cannot quite say where the galaxy ends and the dark begins. Let the edges of yourself grow soft like that. Let the boundary between you and the warm dark blur, and soften, and fade, until you are drifting in it as gently as a faint far galaxy drifts in the deep, no longer quite holding your own shape, no longer needing to, simply glowing softly and growing dimmer and sinking down toward the quiet, toward the stillness, toward sleep. And let each breath be slower than the last. Notice it gently, without changing it, the soft rise as the breath comes in, the long slow fall as it flows out. In and out. In and out. And with each breath out, let yourself sink a little deeper into the bed, as though you were settling, very slowly, through something warm and soft and endless, drifting down like a small stone through still water, in no hurry to reach the bottom. Let the last of the day drift away from you now, down into the dark, like a galaxy slipping over the horizon of the visible and gone. Whatever it held, whatever was said, whatever was left undone, whatever waits for you tomorrow, let it go, softly, and let it drift away. It will keep. It will all still be there in the morning, and you will meet it rested. None of it needs you tonight. Not one single piece of it. The night is for setting things down, and you may set everything down now, and be light, and empty, and free. There is nothing left to do now but drift. So let us drift together, one last gentle while, through the soft dark, letting go a little more with every breath. If a thought should rise, let it drift away like a faint far galaxy passing quietly in the night, growing smaller, and dimmer, and softer, until it fades into the dark and is gone. You need not follow it. Let it go, and let yourself sink softly down. Let the darkness be kind to you. There is nothing in it to fear. All the strange and blazing things of the cosmos are silent, and gentle, and far away, and none of them can trouble you. They can only drift, and turn, and shine, unimaginably far off in the dark, while you rest here, warm and safe and held. There is only the soft bed, and the slow breath, and the deep gentle dark, and sleep, rising up to meet you softly, the way the tide rises to meet the shore. Rest now. Rest. There is nothing more to see, and nothing more to do, and nowhere else to be. Only here. Only now. Only the soft dark, and the quiet, and your own slow breathing, growing softer, and slower, and further away. And if you are still a little awake, that is perfectly all right. There is no need to hurry towards sleep. It comes on its own when it is ready, the way a galaxy drifts slowly into its shape, not because anyone wills it, but simply because that is the way of things, gently, endlessly, without effort. So do not reach for sleep, and do not chase it. Just drift, and let it find you in its own good time. Let your mind grow as wide and as quiet as the space between the galaxies, that vast, gentle, open dark through which everything drifts. There is so much room out there. So much silence. Let your mind be like that, not empty in a cold way, but open, and spacious, and calm, with nothing that needs to happen, and no one asking anything of you, and all the room in the world simply to rest. If a thought drifts by, let it be a far galaxy, sliding slowly through the dark, no concern of yours, a soft strange shape passing quietly at the edge of sight, growing dimmer, and smaller, and further away, until it fades into the black and is gone. You do not have to follow it. You do not have to name it. Let it drift on, and let it go, and let yourself sink a little deeper into the warm and welcoming dark. And feel, one last time, how safe you are, and how held. All the strange and blazing and colossal things of the cosmos, the colliding galaxies, the blazing quasars, the black holes with two hearts, the giants and the ghosts, every one of them is unimaginably far away, silent, and slow, and utterly unable to reach you. They can only drift, and turn, and shine, out there in the endless dark, while you rest here, warm and small and safe, in a soft bed, in a quiet room, on a gentle world, wrapped in the deep kind darkness of your own good night. There is nowhere safer than exactly here. There is nothing better to do than exactly this. Somewhere out in the dark, 2 trillion galaxies are drifting, and turning, and slowly changing their strange and lovely shapes, and not one of them is like another, and not one of them needs you to watch. Let your breathing be the slowest, softest thing in the room now. In, so gently you can barely feel it begin. And out, long and slow and complete, like a sigh at the very end of a long day. And in the small quiet space after the breath flows out, before the next one comes, let there be a little pool of stillness, and let yourself rest in it. There is no hurry for the next breath. It will come on its own. Let each pause between the breaths grow a little longer, a little softer, a little deeper, as you drift down. And let your body grow so heavy, so warm, so still, that it seems to lose its edges, so that you can barely tell where you end and the bed begins, where the bed ends and the dark begins, where you end and the great quiet cosmos begins. It is all one soft dark now, holding you, and you are dissolving into it gently, the way a far galaxy dissolves into the black at the edge of sight, the way a single thought dissolves as you slip toward sleep. There is nothing to hold on to, and nothing you need to hold on to, because the whole gentle universe is holding you. The bed holds you. The earth holds you. The sun holds the earth, and the galaxy holds the sun, and all of it turns together, slowly, in the dark, holding you at the warm, still center of its great slow turning, safe, and small, and exactly where you belong. You do not have to keep anything turning. You do not have to watch, or wonder, or do anything at all. The galaxies will drift on without you. The rings will turn, the jellyfish will trail their light, the great cannibals will gather their soft ghosts of stars, the blazing hearts will burn at the edge of time, all of it, all night, without needing you to see. And you may finally, completely, let go of the day, of the wandering, of the wondering, of every last thing you were holding, and simply rest, and be held, and drift, and sleep. There is no distance left to cross tonight. No gallery left to wander. No strange thing left to find. You have drifted among the most beautiful and impossible things in all of creation, and now there is nothing left to do but rest. Let your thoughts slow, and thin, and drift apart, like the last far galaxies scattering into the dark at the very edge of sight, until there is only clear quiet dark, and the slow soft sound of your own breathing, carrying you down. Drift now. Sink now. Down through the soft quiet dark, gently, in no hurry at all. The wandering is over. The gallery is dark and still behind you. There is only this, the warm bed, the slow breath, the soft dark, and sleep, rising up to meet you softly, the way the tide rises to meet the shore. Let it take you. Let it carry you down. Let it hold you, all through the night. Sleep now. You are safe. You are held. You are home. And all is well. And all is quiet. And all is calm. Rest, and drift, and sleep.